Howdy folks, and welcome to a brand new reaction series. Today we're going to be starting up the Uzumaki anime miniseries, and that one particular sentence felt so good to come out of my mouth. This is a project I've been very excited for a very long time. They announced this 3 or 4 years ago or something. At least that's when I caught wind of it. I think even before I started doing reaction content here on YouTube, I've been very excited for this. I'm a big fan of Junji Ito. There's a lot of holes in my knowledge. Several stories of his that I have not read, but everything I have read of his, I've just absolutely loved. I love his style. The way he tells stories, just the way his mind works is so fascinating to me. My favorite story of his is Blackbird, just because I know there's probably going to be a lot of new people finding this reaction series. Hi, welcome, glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this, by the way. I love Blackbird, it's my favorite of his, so I guess a quick question for the comments before we get really into things and I go on my whole rambly intro here. Hopefully I'll remember to put a timestamp of when the actual reaction starts for you. But a question for the comments, what is your favorite Junji Ito piece of writing, whether it be Uzumaki, Blackbird, Long Dream, Amigara Fault, or anything in between. And speaking of the subject matter here, Uzumaki, I have read about half of this. It's been about 8 years since I read it, and I never finished. The last thing I remember is our main duo kind of going to a lighthouse, which I've seen shots of in one of the trailers. But I don't know how this ends. And even a lot of the more ubiquitous, famous things from this, like a lot of the shocking things that we're going to see here, I've obviously seen, but seeing them in motion is going to be so unique, wonderful, horrific. I'm just very excited. Just every little update I've seen, every new trailer, every new little piece of art just made me more and more excited for this thing, because while some adaptations of Junji Ito's work don't work too well, is because they kind of, they don't keep the same style. His style works so well on the page in that black and white manga style, and they've reproduced that here, at least to the best of my knowledge, perfectly, or as close as one can get in motion. So I'm just really excited to look at this thing, just kind of take it all in, and even if some of the things aren't going to be as shocking to me, I'm just excited and happy to be watching this, man. Just extreme body horror probably shouldn't be something that follows. I'm just happy and excited, but that's how I feel. I feel like I can barely contain myself. God, I'm so excited. So I think I'm actually gonna cut this intro short. I feel like I had more that I wanted to say, but I got the main points out. So rather than rambling further, let's just scooch into position and get ready to get going. Hey, I already thanked you for being here. Whether you're new to the channel or a long-time viewer, excited to be watching this alongside me, welcome. Glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see when more of these come out. And I don't know how copyright's going to be for this. I never know how it's going to be for new series. But if you would like to see this uncut, unedited, full 100% of the reaction, there's a link to the Patreon in the description of this video, should you choose to watch it like that. But I'm going to do my best to keep in what I can. I will be watching this in Japanese with the subtitles, so even when I don't have anything on the screen, I'll still make sure to keep the subtitles there for you, okay? Other than that, I already did the what's your favorite Junji Ito. My tea for this reaction, also what are you drinking as you're watching this? I got some spiced chai tea here for this because, let's face it, this is going to be a bit of a spicy series. And without further ado, oh god, let's get started. Uzumaki, episode 1. I guess this is 1 out of 4. I think this is a 4-episode miniseries, just titled episode 1. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, let's go. God, just this shot of her walking is just... Oh, it looks so good. And I love the sky. It almost looks like a... Oh, shoot, what? Starry Night, almost? But spirally. Yeah, it's already started. I love the sound design already. The kind of score back in here. It sounds about how you would expect it to. And I love this really simple, I guess we'd call it an OP. It's pretty basic. It doesn't need to be anything more than just the spiral. Colin Stetson on the music here. Already a minute in and already just completely knocked it out of the park. And I can't wait to hear what accompanies some of the more horrific, shocking things, like I said. Uzumaki. Let's fucking go. I'm so glad we have this. God, everything just looks so good. Like, look at the motion of just the people. Just that lady just kind of turning like that. I would love to watch a behind the scenes thing of how this is animated. I don't know if it's all rotoscoped or what. But, you know, there's the phrase, every frame a painting, and this is literally that. I need to read the subtitles, but I can't stop just looking at everything and taking it all in. I saw some leaves just the other day kind of, you know, spinning around while, I always thought that was fascinating, even as a kid. This was in part of one of the little sneak peek trailers they sent, or that they previewed, gave us 6 months ago, something like that maybe, saying, hey, it's still coming out. We're still making it. Trust us, guys. You know, even though I've seen this already, it's still just like the way they're bringing this to life is just impeccable. The animation is very smooth on his eyes. Also, I love the little detail of her attempting it right there. I have a feeling as to where this first episode is going to get through. She's laughing because she realizes that he's watched his dad taking baths. Spiral alert. I love how motionless everything is in the distance too, the backgrounds. I'm gonna just pause real quick just to say, like, as much as I've been talking about, like, the motion of everything, like, you know, the little spirals forming, the characters, how they move and everything, seeing the backgrounds just be, like, still and serene is, like, strangely a nice juxtaposition. Like, we know the horrific things that are going to happen, or at least I do, and the people who've read it do, but it's just, like, you know, it's literally like a calm before the storm kind of thing. And the fact that, like, the backgrounds, the mountains, the sky itself, the clouds, which do move when you look up at them and stare at them. And a lot of shows do add in that detail of, like, kind of like the clouds moving, or at least stuff happening in the background. Completely still here. And it's a little eerie. It's good. I like it. Oh. Yeah, see, like I was saying with the leaves, even as a kid, I thought it was interesting, the leaves kind of like spinning around like that, thinking like, this should be a tornado. Just right here, just whirlwind straight by. Oh, is that her? Is that the one who does the thing? Yeah, that's her. It's starting. I thought this happened later. Once again, this being like motionless as well for the flashback. But in this, the background is moving. The background is the only thing that's moving. And you know, I'm also just realizing now that I was talking a big game about the score in the background in the intro. There has barely been any music in the background here since then. It's all been ambient noise, birds chirping, the train pulling up right there. Really saving it for the special moments, huh? Let me see your forehead, ma'am. And once again, still images being used to great effect, even like on her as well. It really kind of invokes that same feeling of the page turn while reading a Junji Ito story. God, I can't wait to see what becomes of her. Because I know you know Absolutely can't wait. Hasn't shaved in a minute. That's how you know a character like this is fully gone. They've got that 5 o'clock shadow going on. Me, it's been a couple months. Oh, yes. Yeah, now here we get a little bit of stuff in the background. They use the fucking jar breaking sound effect. I don't know if I should hold this in. I don't know if I should hold the show in higher regard now or like drop all expectations because they use that sound effect. Unbelievable. No, that's just one of those stock sound effects that you hear, and it's kind of one of those. I don't want to equate it to the Wilhelm scream a little bit, but it's one of those ones that gets overused, and it's almost like a joke now to include it. Like, I love it. I think it's really funny. I've included it in a bunch of my own videos, and it's one of those sound effects that I listen out for every time I hear it. Would have bet money that it would not have been included here in Uzumaki. So I'm glad I didn't make that bet. I'm going to rewind just to hear it one more time because I think it's so funny. Also, the guy sticking his tongue out, I'm trying to remember if that was like a full page thing, like 3 panels of him gradually sticking his tongue out more, or if it was just like you see the look of shock on Kirie's face and then you turn the page and you see him and he's like with his tongue sticking out like that. So I do want to see that again. So I'm taking this back just a second. There's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to want to watch multiple times actually. Oh yeah, I forgot that's how it started with him. He's endeavoring to turn himself into a spiral. There it is. A coopery? A barrel? Yeah. Oh, the wash tub, right. Yeah. It's all starting, isn't it? Maybe we are going to get more in this episode than I was expecting. Gosh, she looks so out of it, too. No, that's Ringworm Girl. I love everything that's going on in the background now. I guess once it starts, it just doesn't stop, huh? No, it's too late for her, buddy. Also her, I know that she's voiced by Christina V in the English dub. So that was one thing that was tempting me to do the English dub, but I figured something like this, I couldn't not watch it in Japanese. Okay, so maybe we just get a little bit of a setup for her. 'Cause I was expecting that whole thing with her to happen in episode 2, which, you know, not even halfway done with this one, so we'll see. I want to know. God, I can't wait to see this bit. I'm sorry, I know I keep referring to things that are about to happen, but like, this is the first real time I'm watching something where I know most of the story. Most of the things that are going to happen. Yep. Yeah, once again, the page turn, like, in visual form. Oh, God. I thought he'd be moving around a little bit in there, kind of like still kind of squirming, wriggling. Broke every bone in his body until he died. More of them. Oh. He did it. His ritual worked. Man's really committed to the bit. Oh, that's the cremation smoke. You know, as a reactor, this is one of those series that I cannot wait to watch other reactions to. Especially people who have no idea anything about this story. Ooh, little shake lines on her finger. Oh yeah, that is him. The smile though, shit. Where's it going? That I don't remember. Or if we get more from him. Wow, another one. I mean, I know it's just something that's gonna happen more and more. Oh shit, here we go. Oh fuck, this is the thing I've been wanting to see. Like, more so than anything. And once again, the score coming back in now just for this. Little spiral on the building. Are the raindrops gonna kind of start twisting and turning as well? Oof. You know, Ito really knows how to draw just a fucked up looking dude, doesn't he? Oh, I remember this guy now. I remember. Oh no. This guy reminds me of maybe my least favorite Junji Ito story, Glyceride. Where they drink the oil. Oh, it's just so disgusting. It's not even scary, it's just gross as hell. I think just his face in general might be just the most fucked up thing we see this whole series. I mean, I know it's not in the grand scheme of things, but just like I said, Ito really knows how to draw a fucked up looking dude. Poor guy. Oh, he's just naked as shit, isn't he? You know, a lot of butts in this. I'm just realizing. I hope it's gonna be okay for YouTube. I can just edit out the butts, right? Oh, the chords. Yep, fingerprints. Oh, fuck. Now if there's oh, fuck me, dude. I did not remember that. That got me a little bit. You know, if there was ever a time to add in a little splash of color, the blood from cutting her fingers would be, that would be a good time. Again, I just love the skylines of this. Is this it? She's wearing the hat. Where's your other eye? What's wrong, Azami? Please, gladly. Ooh. I just got chills just seeing it moving like that. Jesus fucking Christ. That's the moment I've been waiting for. Oh, fuck. It was animated so well. That's one of those things that even if you know what's going to happen, it still is just, like, very effective. Good shit. Here she comes. I don't remember exactly what becomes of her. Also, I love the little light outline on them. Standing under the street lamp. Yep. But I don't remember if this guy gets eaten into it or something, or if it just envelops all of her. Oh, fuck, look at it. Just a gaping hole in there. Yup. There it goes. Look at the legs going. Ooh. She can't climb trees, Kyrie. I'm safe up here. Oh no, it's just taking her now. Oh god, the crunches, the sound design. Woo-hoo. Oh, she left a little butt mark on the floor. Whew. That was grotesque to see in action. There's the lighthouse. So, this is more than I thought. Like I said, this is more than I thought we were going to get in episode 1. I'm assuming this is about to end. Yeah, I think credits are about to... Yeah, that's it. That's it for episode 1. Wow, okay. So I was thinking that the thing with Azami was going to be episode 2. I thought episode 1 was going to be up until what's his name, Shuichi, I think his name was, his dad, and all that kind of stuff. And I thought the stuff with Azami was all going to be in episode 2. So I thought Lighthouse stuff would be episode 3, and then whatever the finale is would be episode 4. But now we're at a point where there's enough that I don't remember about what's going to fill up the next 2 episodes that hopefully the rest of these should be pretty fun. And even the Lighthouse itself, there's a couple things I remember, potentially quite a bit of nudity that probably will have to be very heavily edited out for YouTube. If the butts themselves don't make it here, I'm kind of fucked for later, I think. But oh man, this is, sometimes when you let yourself get really hyped up for something, it disappoints you a little bit. A new episode, new season of a show. It's my favorite thing. It's going to be the best thing ever. It was good, but it feels like it was just fine. And I was expecting something like a 10 out of 10, and I got a 7 out of 10. It's kind of like season 4 of Infinity Train, if you watch that. It's just seasons 1, 2, and 3 are like 9s or 10s. And then season 4 is like a 7-ish. Still good, but not to the same level as the others. And yet it's like cast out as like the black sheep of the series, of saying like, oh, people go so far as to say that the season sucks, which it doesn't. It's just not as good as 1, 2, and 3, very much to its own detriment. But I'm pleased to say that this is a case where, unable to hinder myself from being as hyped as I was, it still met and potentially probably exceeded a couple expectations. I knew the sound design and just seeing things in motion was going to just add a new layer of, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, just a whole new level to it, right? And so I was expecting it to be great, and it was. It pretty much met all of my expectations, and I'm so happy for that. I just love how grotesque it is. That, even though this is still network television, Adult Swim put this out. I'm watching this on Max, so I don't know if they have like unedited versions, like if they, couldn't show the butts, or now I'm really curious about that Lighthouse now, with some of the stuff we're going to be potentially seeing in there, how much they can actually get away with showing. If I remember correctly, there's some titties in that one. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But oh man, what a good start. It's one of those things, like it's perfection, and it's only like 4 episodes long from what I understand. So it's one of those things, like it's going to be over before we know it. But I kind of wish it was longer, even though I know the subject material itself. I think Uzumaki was only like 3 volumes. So like, maybe about that thick or so. I don't know what the point I was trying to make there is. It's not a very, very long story, right? It's not like JoJo's Part 8, right? I mentioned Part 7. Part 7's very long, but Part 8 is like obscene with how long it is. So it's not like we're getting anything of that length or scale or scope. We're getting 4 episodes, masterfully animated. I am horrified that this reaction is not going to turn out good, just because I'm just kind of like the whole time, just taking it all in. Doing fewer jokes than I tend to do, but I'm just enjoying it, and I'm hoping you are too. Like I said, I'm hoping this is one that a lot of people are going to want to watch, but like I said myself, it's one that I'm definitely going to go out and seek out like as many reactions to this as I can. So I'm hoping that it's a series that a lot of people are doing. I hope it'll catch on with the reaction community, and hey, I'm just glad we have it at all. So hey, what did you think about this now that we're done? I know I asked a couple questions for earlier, but what do you think of the adaptation so far? I feel like I would be very hard pressed to see anybody who says that they're disappointed or that this sucks, because this is pretty phenomenal stuff. And like I said, just with how long we've been waiting for this, the fact that we have it at all, I think, is kind of a miracle. So that's my stance on it so far. Absolutely can't wait for episodes 2, 3, and 4, which I, should be on this day moving forward. If you're watching this shortly after it comes out, I'm going to try to have these up on Wednesdays, which is a bit of a tight of a turnaround for me, but I'm going to do my best. But regardless, we will get the whole series here on YouTube. And hey, I'd love it if you came back and watched another one. So could you do that for me? Thanks a lot. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out, and I'll catch you next time with some more Uzumaki. Take it easy, everybody.